Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Fabs here, and you know it's that time of the week. That's right, the waiver wire. Who should you be targeting off the waiver wire to help your team in Week 11? And for that, we have the one and only, the princess of props, the best in the business, Jen Piacenti, to give us the players who she likes heading into this week. Jen, let's start off at the quarterback position, which is a little thin at this point on the waiver wire.
It is a little thin, and hopefully you don't absolutely need a quarterback this week. I mean, the 4 teams that are on bye, hopefully you're not rolling with those quarterbacks. But someone that shouldn't remain on the wire, if only so your opponent doesn't grab him, it's Joshua Dobbs. Joshua Dobbs is actually the QB4 the past 2 weeks after having moved to Minnesota, and he's only getting Justin Jefferson back. Another interesting fact, he has the 2nd most rushing yards among quarterbacks, and he's tied for the 3rd most rushing touchdowns with Lamar Jackson. So a lot of potential there for Joshua Dobbs to be a top 12 starter for the rest of the season, and with a lot of upside.
Carson Wentz is also out there. I don't know if people want to take a shot on him with Matthew Stafford's injury, but just a name to keep in mind. Devin Singletary at the running back position, coming off a game with 30 carries, which is bananas. You like him moving forward, or at least this week?
It is bananas. It's a good matchup this week. But in addition to that, it's just the fact that CJ Stroud has become so good. If they can get this run game going like they did last week, this team is going to be phenomenal. And it's going to open up more for the run game, right? Devin Singletary, we've seen him be good down the stretch before for the Bills when he's given the opportunity. It looks like maybe the Texans have finally figured out how to get him going. 161 all-purpose yards and a touchdown. He's also averaged more than 3 yards after contact in 4 games this season. So look, Devin Singletary is a pretty good running back, and even with Dameon Pierce back, even if he comes back, I think Devin Singletary will remain the lead back in this Texans offense. He was already eating into Dameon Pierce's playing time before Pierce got injured. So I like Devin Singletary. I understand he's rostered in about 50% of leagues, but if that's the case, you can still go get Keaton Mitchell, who I don't know why you guys didn't get him last week, but hurry up, go. He's giving me Devon Achane vibes. And then, of course, Ty Chandler, who will probably be the lead back for Minnesota this week versus the Broncos, with Alexander Mattison likely to miss because of the concussion.
At wide receiver, we are going to stick in Houston, who certainly does not have a problem there. Let's talk about Noah Brown.
Yeah, 2 games in a row of 150-plus receiving yards. And, maybe this is hard for us because the Dallas Cowboys didn't keep him, but the Dallas Cowboys look like they're doing just fine. Also pick up Brandon Cooks, by the way. Noah Brown is who we're talking about right now, though. Any of those Texans pass catchers you're going to want to have on your team in a flex spot. Now, there are 4 viable weapons there in the receiving game for CJ Stroud. Robert Woods has been healthy too, but with Nico Collins out, we saw Noah Brown have 8 targets. That was a 21% target share and 48% of the team's receiving yards. So though Tank Dell was more heavily targeted, Noah Brown ended up with the bigger day. In any case, a couple of these wide receivers are going to go off in any given week. And of the 3, Collins, Dell, and Brown, you should have one. You should just have one, and Brown's available. So get him. Even if you don't play him, get him. Don't let your opponent get him.
Finally, at tight end, we've got a budding superstar in the desert.
Yes, we do. Trey McBride, again, rostered in 50% of leagues. I understand that, but wow. With Kyler Murray, incredible. 131 receiving yards, 53% of the team's receiving yard share with a 28% target share. That's exactly what you want to see in a tight end. A good matchup this week versus Houston. If you can't get McBride, then you could also try Luke Musgrave, who has a great matchup this week and had a career-high receiving game on Sunday, or Michael Mayer, who seems to be getting more playing time in Las Vegas.
That's it. I can't believe we've been talking about so many Houston Texans pass catchers, but that's where we are right now. CJ Stroud has been great. Jen,
for real.
You are the best. And for everybody out there, of course, you can find all of Jen's waiver wire ads over at si.com/fantasy. You can also find my player rankings, start 'em and sit 'em, and so much more. We are here to help you win a championship.